To become successful, well, everybody wants to be successful. It's about becoming. Well, we wake up every day to become what we want to become. We think of becoming. So you have to understand that's the nature of a human being. Now, I want to read some stuff and we can talk about it. Just a few things. If you want to be successful, you have to cut out anything that does not serve your purpose. See, now, if there's something that's stopping you from flying high, you have to give up what is weighing you down. You see, then it cuts you free, you'll fly. And the only way you're going to be doing that is if you cut out anything that does not serve your purpose. That's a fact. If it doesn't serve your purpose, it has no use to you whatsoever, because you're just going to stay in the same place. And that's not the objective, is it? And again, if you can be truthful to yourself, that is when you get better. Now, being truthful to yourself, it's a very important thing. This is it. First of all, you have to have a good understanding of yourself, because it's yourself that you want to push forward. It's no good of an understanding of somebody else, what they say, what they do, how they do it. Unless you have an understanding of investigating what you want for yourself, what you want, and how to go about getting it. You see? Now, if you can't trust yourself in doing what is needed to be done in order for you to succeed, there's a problem. It's very simple. You see? And it's like saying now this is you cannot travel the path unless you first become the path. Otherwise, you're walking down a street or walking down where you're going, you don't know where you're going. So if you don't stand for nothing, then you stand for anything. So you have to understand these very simple words. Okay? You cannot travel the path until you have become the path. You see? So the fear of getting where you want to go will be stopping you from getting where you want to go, because you fear that. You see? So you have to overcome that fear, understand that fear doesn't exist. It's only you put that in your mind with whatever you're doing at the moment that's holding you back from where you want to go. That's all it is, because there's no such thing as fear. Fear doesn't exist. See? I'd like to look through these things so we can have an idea, so we together can talk and come to some conclusion of where to start. See, fear exists where there is no attention. So if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, then you're leaving it open for fear to come into you. Because you're leaving doubts, you're leaving your mind not going the way you want it to go. So the fear loves that. Then you get excited and fear enters you, you see. And that's where, because it knows that you're not trying to be attentive, to pay attention to what you want. And don't be attentive to things that's not going to get you where you want to go to. Because everything you want is on the other side of fear. Beyond that way of your feeling, which is not necessary to have that, because it doesn't exist fear. So if you go beyond that, and then you'll see where you need to be going. But if you're not willing to go down that path and don't get distracted by nothing, but by what you want, and only by that you will go. No distractions, no distortion of what you want to do, or what people want you to do. It's down to you to understand, to have that mindset that you're going to go where you want to go. Do what you have to do in order for you to get what you want. You see. You see, you have to understand that, you know, loneliness is very hard. It's very hard to accept. So with loneliness comes idleness. You know, because you're alone, so you try to get things or do things that will give you a company. And that usually makes you misery, because misery looks for comfort or for company. And this is not what you want. Loneliness is a good time for you to seek. Peacefulness is a good time for you to seek things that is truthful to yourself. That's when truth comes out, when you start to feel things, you know, and you see things much more with clarity. When you're on your own, you know that no one's coming around, you know, to knock on your door, you know, because no one cares. You have to understand that, you know. And the person who knocks on your door is usually the person who wants to see how far you've been going, so he can maybe stop you from getting through where you want to go. You see, because they're not going anywhere, so they think, let me go out and see what's he doing. So, you know, just so I can know he ain't getting no further than me. So loneliness is a good thing. So it keeps you intact with what another person or other people don't care for what you want to do. You see. And you don't want to tell people. Don't tell people what you're going to be doing, because then they'll know what you're doing. They can set for you not to do it. Understand? This is it. And this will make it, see, anybody who tells the truth, nobody likes. Nobody likes if you tell the truth. You see, that no one wants to be told the truth, mostly, because it hurts their ego, it hurts them to discover how another thinks about them, or, you know, and how they are. They don't like to hear that. You see, so it becomes a place where dislike comes into it, and you know, people don't like you when you tell the truth. See, so it's a lonely world, a lonely time when you're looking for the truth, because a lot of people run away from the truth and decide to live in this illusion, in an imaginary world. You see. You have to understand it's not a wrong thing, because that's how they want to live their life. And that's, if you can live your life that way, then you'll never understand where you're going and what you want to do and achieve your goals and what you want to achieve. See, because loneliness is the price you pay when you decide to improve yourself. This is it. When you try to improve yourself, you want to get up and do this, have some order in your life and stuff like that. No one can do it for you. You see, no one's going to say to you, that's what you got to do. You have to proceed with that direction on your own. You've got to come to terms with that's what I want. This is it. You have to decide for yourself what you want and where you want to go and what you have to do in order for you to get what you have to get. In order to get what no one else has got. You have to go for yourself, because no one's going to give you what you haven't got, because they don't know what you want, and you don't. If you don't know what you want, you never get what you need to get. Simple as. Rowing harder doesn't help the boat if it's going in the wrong direction. You rowing harder and you're rowing hard doesn't help the boat if it's going the wrong direction. You understand? So you have to know how to set your sail, and from you set your sail, you put it in the right direction. Do not alter your sail. Do not alter it. It will carry you to where you want to go. If you inline that sail and keep with that direction, then you'll land at your spot you want to be. You will land at your destination. Just keep going in the right direction and you will get to where you need to go. And I will leave you with one again. Success is something you attract by becoming attractive. Mm-hmm. And it's not by shouting and screaming and putting on this and come. It's about your character. It's about how you do things silently. You see, it's about observing things that's within your eye, not judging anything, not being biased because that one's my brother or this one's my best friend. You understand? You have to see it as it is, and nothing else. You can't say, "Oh, I didn't like it because it was it." No, you got to look at it, look at the solution, look at the problem, or whatever you have. As it is, observe it as it is, and not get carried away with, I can't be bothered, or no. Investigate. Listen. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You have 2 ears so you can listen, and you have 1 mouth to speak as ridiculous as possible. And just observe. Easy.